My name's Gavin. I live in Scotland. I've been lecturing now on cruise ships for over 10 years. I started with Fred Olsen. I then went to Saga, Voyages to Discovery, and most recently Viking Ocean Cruises. In the lecturing that I have done and continue to do, I tried to make your voyage even more exciting by telling you about some of the things that happened in the very waters we transit on our voyage from one part to another part of the world.
The Cumberland, in fact, didn't arrive until December the 14th at 2200 hours, having steamed 1,014 nautical miles in 34 hours. Now, you may say, why am I telling you that? Because she steamed on the very course you are now going to steam on in the next 5 minutes.
I talk about world affairs and geopolitics. I try to bring to life things people take for granted or things that people just don't think about. Now, the bulbous bow. How many of you actually, when you came, looked at the bulbous bow? Some of the topics cover logistics and transport and trade. Trade is the essence of almost everything. So the Bering Strait, this is the next big issue. The plans are to actually put a tunnel under the Bering Strait. I also get very much involved in topics like, can you live without a tanker? You may think you can. First tanker was way back in 1902, and that is a bulk carrier. And she will carry bulk grain, bulk ore, bulk coal. And they're very important ships. And we can't do without them. Can you actually live without a container? There's the kind of container ship. She's, isn't that interesting? I like that. It's beautiful, isn't it? I've also focused very much on itinerary-based activity. For example, I gave the bridge commentary going through the Panama Canal. A little overcast today, but pleasantly warm outside. And you can see the little rowing boat down there. They connect the lines to the ship, 13mm line. Now, before you go to sea, there's a lot of things to happen. I've talked about some of the major oceans that we transit on various voyages. The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian Ocean.
These pictures are quite immense for me. Can you imagine the skill in navigation, despite the modern gizmos?
I've talked about rivers. That's what the lake should look like most of the time, but to the right is a recent report by Chinese scientists saying if we're down from normally 25 meters of water to, if we're lucky, 8, and in some parts of the lakes it's drying out. All sorts of geopolitical issues that impact on countries throughout the world.
Of course, the Americans were very much involved. You all are young enough to remember Al Haig, your wonderful Secretary of State under President Reagan.
I spent my whole career in shipping, logistics and transport. I have most recently been Secretary General of a think tank in Brussels. I've retired from that and now have the role of Ambassador at Large. Certainly, I look forward to meeting you on board soon and sharing ideas and ambitions for the future, not just of our generation, but our children and the grandchildren and generations to come. That is me, Gavin Roser, over and out.